And this, what we're doing right now, is the beginning of the stardom of Rodney Bingenheimer.
The whole subject of fame is like this special case of social life in general and the way in which we relate to other people. So it's inescapable in any kind of society. It's an inbuilt desire, I think. The aspiration to fame, the talk about famous people is pervasive. And it's part of our way of learning the world.
Who is Rodney Bingenheimer?
I don't know. I don't know who Rodney Bingenheimer is.
Hollywood's first radio premiere in many a year. The Boss Jocks host Young Hollywood to a celebrity premiere of the new It's Boss on the Sunset Strip. Hear all your favorite movie, TV, and recording stars live.
KHJ Boss Hitbound.
8:35 at Boss Radio, the home of Sonny and Cher.
I used to have a little transistor radio, and late at night you'd fool around with it. You could actually pick up radio stations in Los Angeles. Great music and sounds talking about the Beatles and the Stones.
What did you like about it?
It was just the beat, the way it sounded. It was just happy music. It was real poppy and happy and kept the spirit going.
I remember, first of all, when you were the kid that everybody beat up on the way to high school.
Right, because I had long hair. Nobody had hair like mine.
And they noticed you were smaller than they were.
I think when you're not real aggressive and you're not active in sports and stuff, sometimes, you know, you're the last one chosen on the team and people kind of pick on you that way.
Well, I played basketball for High Point band in my high school for 2 years in a row. I was on the track team.
Here it is. Rodney B. Rod, 4-H Club. I was a member of the 4-H Club. Head, health, hands, wait, what was it? Head, hands, health, and heart.
I think his father did not see a traditional, conventional kind of a boy child. Rodney and his mother fit well together because they were both different.
Yes.
She was a waitress. She worked at the Los Altos Country Club. And she was, you know, worked at a lot of lounge kind of places.
I think she worked at night, and he was alone a lot.
Well, she was kind of hard to get along with, I'd say that. Well, we were really very much in love with each other in the first place, I don't think.
She didn't trust anybody. She didn't trust anybody.
She was domineering to him.
Rodney tried to get along with her, but she would always tell him what to do constantly, and he just couldn't take it.
You know, my parents got a divorce when I was 3 years old.
Then I hadn't seen Rodney too much after that, really.
I'd stay home alone, basically. TV Mirror, looking at movie magazines and teen magazines, and they considered Jackie a movie star. Just doing the average kid thing.
May I speak to the president, please? Rodney Bingenheimer, Mountain View, California.
What is the name?
Rodney Bingenheimer.
Sorry, I won't be able to reach the president for you, Mr. Bingenheimer. I would suggest that you write a letter or send a telegram.
Well, Rodney Bingenheimer's mother was an autograph hound. You know what an autograph hound is? She would collect autographs in the 40s and 50s of famous people. She had a John F. Kennedy autograph, Marilyn Monroe autograph. And Rodney grew up with this kind of mother who was into celebrity, and he had a crush on Connie Stevens.
Oh, there's a beautiful handwriting. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Connie Stevens.
Connie Stevens, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Penmanship is really something. That's beautiful.
Oh.
There's a story about your mom taking you to visit Connie Stevens.
God. Yeah, when I was really young, we drove by Connie Stevens' house.
Mommy dropped him off at Connie Stevens' house to begin his adult life as a teenage boy and said, "See you later, good luck with Connie, get the autograph if you can." And Rodney rings the bell. He's got a suitcase out there, and the maid said, "Oh, Connie Stevens isn't here. She's on location." Oh, well, Mom's gone.
Yeah, I didn't see my mom for about 5 or 6 years after that.
So he went down to the Sunset Strip.
Woke up this morning feeling fine. There's something special on my mind. Last night I met a new girl in the neighborhood. Whoa, yeah. Something tells me I'm into something good.
Hollywood or the music industry or movies, it's a place where you could be different and not know exactly what your direction is, but somehow something might happen, things might click, energies might cross.
The Sunset Strip scene of the mid-'60s was probably the most creative convergence of people in the history of LA. You had the Doors there, and Love here, and Frank Zappa over there, and Sonny and Cher here, and the Mamas and Papas.
And you'd go, wow, oh no, I can't believe it. I'm really here.
Yeah. This is Mecca. This is music and show business Mecca. You come here for the same reason that people went to Paris after World War I. The Dadaists and the Surrealists and the art scene in Paris.
Hollywood, you used to be able to go down the street and magical people who had just gotten off the bus would be down there in their Iowa beauty or tragedy, and you could pull the car up and say, "You're new in town."
It was just amazing.
There were hundreds of kids on the street, half-naked girls all over the place, young boys. Everybody was beautiful. Everybody was wearing antiques and feathers, and it was a real eye-opener.
Oh, it was all love and peace. Hugs everywhere. And
we all wanted to be together. It was everybody. There was almost like it was a revolution. I felt like I was part of a revolution. And somehow I'm not saying he led us or anything, but Rodney was a real pivot. He was a focus in this huge, big group of kids.
Rodney in 1965 was a very cuddly, lovable little guy. Like Mickey Rooney in the Judy Garland Mickey Rooney movies, he had that kind of presence. And immediately all these teenage girls got to be his mommy and started feeding him and making love to him and nursing him and giving him places to live.
I made out with Rodney. He was the first boy I kissed in Hollywood, and he tried to feel me up, but I wouldn't let him.
Hi, what's happening?
I was amazed. I could never figure out. He never had a job.
There had to be days when he said, "Gee, am I gonna survive?"
There's an ad in the Hollywood Reporter looking for guys with, boom, the hair. And I went down and tried out for the Monkees.
What do you want me to do?
Sing? One of your little quick things.
I didn't get the part. They gave it to Davy, but since they gave it to Davy, I was exactly his size.
From behind, he looked a lot like me, you know? He had the same little curled under hair and the whole thing. And when he turned around, I thought, oh my goodness, it's the same height, sort of like same thin little body. And when it came time for us to do a show with the Monkees called The Prince and the Pauper, and there was Rodney Bingenheimer, and it was the sort of man of my choice.
That was great. He got a lot of girls because of that. Rodney's sexual stock skyrocketed off the NASDAQ on that one because the Monkees were gigantic.
Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer?
Davy would go out one door and I'd go out the other door and girls are chasing me. And, hey, Davy. No, it's Rodney.
Fame is this world that people want to get into, but how do you do it? It's like love, This is what's when I was a teenager. It's like, there is this line. If you could only say these words to a girl, she'd immediately fall into your arms. It's like some mantra, some incantation, and I think it's very similar with fame. It's this world of perfect emotion, perfect identity, perfect feeling, and perfect appreciation by other people, if we only knew what the key was.
Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a
can get laid by an Elvis fan if he's with Elvis. He can get laid by a Beatle fan if he's with the Beatle. So whoever your sexual icon is, Rodney's with them. So if you want to make love to Elvis, you better make love to Rodney. That's the closest you'll ever get.
Monday morning, it was all I hoped it would be.
Rodney Bingenheimer. It's Rodney Bingenheimer, famous groupie. Now he's probably a respectable. What is he now?
He's a DJ.
Yeah.
It's become a bad word. The word groupie has become a jeer and a very naughty word, almost like whore.
Pamela Des Barres was a groupie.
A groupie.
And proud of
Exactly.
it. You know, she would darn Jimmy Page's socks. You know, she'd give him blowjobs. She'd wait backstage for him. She'd get him out of bed in the morning, make sure he made his plane.
Give him another blowjob.
Give him another blowjob.
Actually, I met Dion's wife, and she told me groupies had always been around, only in the old days she called them top 40 fuckers. Is that the best? I just thought that was so great. But that word came into existence for girls in the 60s who wanted to pretty much have sex with the bands. But why not?
For all the, a groupie may be called something derogatory, but at the same time, all the men in groups needed women. You know, I mean, Jesus Christ had Mary Magdalene. What can you say about that? Yeah, I think everybody, I think of Josephine and Napoleon and much of that.
And the GTOs were really dedicated to something. I don't know what it was. They were the ultimate groupies, only they had a lot of style.
We have a friend named Rodney Bingenheimer. He has a Dutch boy haircut and he's 5'3". He lives down the street from Hullabaloo and he doubles for Davy Jones. And he got beaten up by Brian Jones. Rodney Bingenheimer.
Pop stars in the fruit section.
It just screams, get in there with the pop stars.
Yeah, it was totally about the music. He didn't want to have sex with any of them. He liked knowing them, though. He loved saying he had been hanging out with so-and-so and so-and-so.
Sonny and Cher took me under their wing, took care of me, and they always looked after me and taught me a lot of things.
You guys really kept a good eye on me, and
yeah.
You got me my first part in a movie.
Got you your first part, gave you your first camera when you were taking pictures.
Sonny really liked him, and so he came with us to like gigs, and he came to the studio, and I remember he had this hat that was just like Sonny's.
The question to me is, why did the celebrities glom on, or allow to be glommed onto by this guy that, I mean, around here, people would just kind of make fun of?
So I don't care.